Welcome to our election special 2026. I decided to do this live stream today at the very last minute and did not get to update our graphics. So we're using the graphics from our last election stream, and Alan Ng may or may not be here. He's again, this was a last minute thing. So I'm just doing this because a lot of you may have noticed that I am very invested in this LA mayor's race. There are other races I care about quite a bit. Obviously, the governor's race. I'd like to pay $4 for gas like everyone else in this country. So look, I got a lot of problems with the way California, my adopted state, is being run. I am from Detroit, Michigan. I grew up in Royal Oak. Always been very middle of the road and didn't think about politics all that much, but I have never missed voting in an election. When I turned 18 and I could vote in Michigan, I voted for the first time, never missed a midterm. No matter how small an election it was, I was always there. And while I may have leaned liberal on things, pretty much in the center. And for common sense, I voted for candidates all over the map. But wow, we live in crazy times. But Spencer Pratt's campaign really got me motivated. Why? He's not an R, not a D. He's perfectly balanced. He's for common sense. And tonight I'll be bringing on friends of mine, some people you know, some people you don't. And I'm excited to talk to you about, and we may actually get into, may actually have some special guests I don't want to say. But here we are. Let me bring on someone here, and I'm gonna. Oh wait, we got some super chats. I want to say Torgo the White for 2, who's a member, late, and Chris Gore. I thought you were going to say something else, but thank you for that. We'll get to your comments and questions here, but I want to bring on someone I become friends with on X, someone who cares quite a bit about this campaign, and we have never met. But we just now met. Let's bring on Rob. Rob, how you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing, Chris?
Rob, you're run the account and involved with Latinos for Pratt.
Adrian runs the account. He's the one who does all the videos, and you might have seen all the music videos and take out the trash. That's done it in a bunch of different languages now. He's the one that runs it. We're working on some things together. Hopefully, in a little bit, he'll be coming live. Okay.
Yeah, he's going to join us.
Yeah. Can't say too much. Fingers crossed on a couple things there with Adrian.
But look, the reason I'm so invested in this is several reasons. One, I moved to LA in 1989. I've lived in every part of LA. I first moved to LA. I lived in Hollywood. Then I lived in Los Feliz. Then I moved to, I was right at like Melrose and La Brea, which was great. That area was great. Then I moved to the West Side. I've lived all over, and I have seen good times and bad for this city, but I have never seen a dramatic decline than I've seen in the last 5 years. It's been crazy. What's your experience?
I'm originally from Miami, all right? So I'm originally from Florida, but I was literally brought here as a kid. So like from the age of 2 to the age of 12, I lived in Los Angeles. I lived in the Montebello area, the Southgate area. We're talking, 80s, okay? Then my parents decided that they wanted to go back to Florida. I was in Florida through my high school and and college years. And then I came back here in 99. And I lived all over SoCal. I lived in Rancho Cucamonga for about 18 years. Love it out there. But then in 2017, I ended up moving to, this side of town. And I ended up moving to, for a little bit, I got remarried and my girlfriend was living in Koreatown, actually close to Koreatown. We were just minutes away from MacArthur Park, the infamous MacArthur Park.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And then we ended up moving together. We ended up, getting married. We moved to Marina Del Rey. And, and even in Marina Del Rey, where people are like, oh, it's Marina Del Rey. It's, some of the good. No, we got issues there too. Homelessness everywhere. So to be clear, it's not just a Los Angeles issue, right? Because I know we're talking today about the city of Los Angeles and how bad it's gotten, but it's hurt all the surrounding areas, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's Marina or whether it's Venice, it's across the board. There's some areas that are just completely out of control. But city of Los Angeles, it's a shame. It's Los Angeles. It's Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in Pasadena, so I'm just nestled outside, but we get the overflow. We get like the fentanyl zombies. They come on the Gold Line. They get off at that CBS. I witnessed so many crimes like in front of my eyes. Now things are all locked up at CVS that I go to, and it's just sad to see. I'm going to bring on a friend of mine, and before I bring on my friend, a quick intro. The reason I'm so invested is I've seen so many of my friends who work below the line jobs in entertainment, in TV, film. I mean, production has left Hollywood. It's gone. The studios they're practically empty. And I've seen friends of mine that work in all capacities in entertainment. They haven't worked in years. And so many of my friends have gone independent. Let me bring on my friend, Jim Agnew. Jim Agnew, friend of the show, indie film producer. Meet Rob. How's it going? How's it going, Jim?
Good.
Okay, cool. I gotta show everybody this video you just sent me.
Yeah, I'll just give you a little preamble that I was running through my camera roll and looked at all these automatic Ring camera things that had downloaded from. We used to live in Hollywood on Fountain and Wilcox, and I was mortified by how many things I found. So I just slapped them all together into a video.
So this is, wait, I got to get the link. You sent it to me. Yeah. Okay. I got this link. Okay. What this is, and I have been trolling not only Karen Bass, but also Nithya Raman. So this video is, you made this, you cut together your Ring camera footage. This is in Nithya Raman's district. Okay. So,
and this is 6 months of time too.
This is 6 months of your Ring camera, and you live there with your child.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. But let's take a look at this video. Living in Nithya Raman's district, Ring camera footage of front door. Let's watch this. These are just, I like the music choice here. It reminds me, it's like backwards.
I'm a filmmaker.
Yeah. These are random people. They're checking out your place.
Yeah, they're trying to break in.
Maybe he's collecting. What are they looking for?
There's like a little box down there. He was looking for a key. That was the side of our house. That guy's got a mask, flashlight at night.
I mean, I'm sure you've seen the Doug Allen video. I'll show that in a second.
She's checking out the window, how to get in.
It just keeps going.
There's guys stealing packages off the front doorstep.
You've lost a lot of packages.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. That's horrific.
We do not see debates like this very often.
Yeah, I know that guy. So yeah, like Nithya Raman has been, I think she entered the race to be a spoiler and to bump Pratt out. I mean, that it's just obvious to me.
Yeah, I think she saw an opportunity to just do a roundabout on Bass, and it didn't work out because Pratt showed up.
I agree with that.
Yeah, anybody who files their paperwork, 2 hours before the deadline and doesn't tell anybody is, not, especially against her own party, her own people, the people she supported. So, how could we trust her if she can't, if she can't be trusted by her own people she works with?
I want to show this clip. This is actually Spencer Pratt. He's talking about, I got this. Yeah, here it is. It's a video, Spencer Pratt talking about bringing production back to LA. This is from the All In podcast. Let's see, where is it here? I got it. Hang on. Again, I decided to do this very last minute, but let's watch this clip.
One of the other stories about LA over the last decade or two, I grew up here. I have a lot of friends who grew up in Hollywood in the industry, and it's been gutted. There's no business in LA anymore. And that's a huge employer for so many Angelenos working in Hollywood and all of the ancillary supporting industries. Do we rebuild Hollywood in LA? Is Hollywood done because of AI and YouTube and independent production and studios don't matter anymore? No one does broadcast. What's the future of Hollywood? Is there a future for Hollywood in LA, and what do you do about it?
So when I was 20 years old, I sold the youngest ever, so the first reality show to Fox as the youngest executive producer ever. And I sold it to Peter Chernin when he was the co-chair at News Corp. It was with David Foster, who's actually hosting my fundraiser on Monday, full circle. Shout out David Foster, legend. But I called Peter Chernin up a few weeks ago. I said, Mr. Chernin, PDC, how do I save LA? It's one of the smartest human beings on earth. And he said, Spencer, as mayor, you're not going to be able to change the bigger picture of Hollywood. That's more governor, uncapped. What you can do to really bring back jobs, bring back Hollywood, is bring back independent filmmakers, independent production, independent artists. You prioritize the indies, you could have Hollywood booming in a tier that people didn't see coming. And all my friends who haven't given up, that are still, because I grew up in LA, I went to Crossroads. All my friends are creators, they're artists. They're still fighting. They're not giving up. When I talk to them, they've all doubled down on the indie route. When I talk to them, they say, this is what we need to hear. We want to make this work. And you work with them. Mayor Bass brags about like, oh, now you can film at the Griffith Conservatory instead of 70,000. It's 30. No, when I'm mayor, I'm going to help you produce these freaking movies. We're going to have whole blocks, and we're going to use the restaurants to keep them alive. And we're going to use the crews, and we're going to eat out of there. And we're going to use all the city resources to almost be in production with the indies, but making money together, not like a communist or socialist, but bring the city, enable, give them the support, get rid of these fees, the clearance, make it easy. Right now, like I said in the debate, I talked to producers. If you want to film on the streets of LA, it's so unsafe, you got to pay gang members off to get here. We're going to have it so safe that an indie crew can pop out with all their cameras and gear and nothing gets stolen. So again, someone like Peter Chernin, I said, Peter, when I'm mayor, can I keep calling you? And his exact quote, I'm always here to make you smarter, Spencer. So these are the type of people they say, oh, you have no experience. These are the people that are going to make LA #1.
So what do you think about that, Jim? Because you've shot movies here. I mean, well, used to. You've shot movies other places.
Yeah. No, he's 100% right. What Peter Chernan's saying about the big picture is that it is more a state level thing because the incentives. But the one thing I don't think people get, and this is where Spencer Pratt could be a secret weapon for the film business, is that in LA, the mayor doesn't have as much power as it does like New York and Chicago. The city council has a lot of power, right? And they gum up everything. They make everything, bureaucratic and crazy. What he can do more than anything, if he became the mayor, is be a bully pulpit to just shine a light on all the craziness they're doing. That's the one thing he could do more than anything. He'd be like, this is why this is like this. This is why this is like this. Look what these guys are doing over here. This is what they passed in the middle of the night, because they do a lot of things in cahoots. It's a one-party system, so you never know what's going on. But I agree. They could easily create in LA. They could create an indie film like zone thing where if you're not using process trailers, if you're not doing stunts, if you're not doing certain things that kind of can get entangled with the public, you can pretty much, why not just be able to go shoot anywhere, really, as long as you're not harassing people? Why do you have to get so much permitting? Why you have to do, you have to park the truck somewhere, you have to do this and that. That's part of the stuff you have to do. But if you're shooting a romantic comedy, why do you need, cops blocking off streets? Why do you need to get a fire truck? Why do you need to get, all these things that
because everybody needs a piece. Everybody gets a piece.
Exactly. And hiring those LAPD guys, you have to pay them tons of money to block up the street. There's a lot of ways they could for indie films make it a lot easier. Like he said it perfectly. The big picture is more with the state, but you could make the smaller things and way less headaches. The permitting process, all that stuff. You could have zones that like, okay, movies can shoot here. They can't shoot here unless they do this and this and that. It's so blanketed and so one size fits all that's why it's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah. It bugs me because, oh wait, we have a special guest here.
What's happening,
right.
y'all?
Verbal Riot is here. How's it going, Dante?
It is going well, man. Glad to be here.
Former LA resident. Meet Rob, Jim Agnew.
Oh yeah. What's going on, man?
A lot of people outside of LA are supporting Spencer Pratt because what I heard is that a lot of people who left LA, they want to come back. They want to come back. And if LA can change, if LA can change, if you can just, this is what I've been saying for the longest time, is if Spencer Pratt gets elected and by merely enforcing the laws and cleans up LA, he is going to not only prove that it can be done, he will expose this fraud and the corruption and all of the massive grift that and how our taxpayer money is being wasted simply by cleaning up. That's why I think they've come after him so hard, is because if he takes one city on the decline and changes gears, it can happen in other cities like Chicago, Seattle, Portland, New York. It can happen everywhere. So,
well, California, the funny thing is it's in the LA election, man, but even over here in Colorado, people are talking about what's going on right now in LA. Like they're all talking about this election, even over here. Now, Colorado is a fairly liberal place and it could definitely become the next LA, but it's more of a purple state than a blue state. But still, everybody's paying attention to this, man, because honestly, I feel like if she does win, if Karen Bass stays in office, it's over. Like, and that's not hyperbole. It's not me, I'm not exaggerating. I think it's over for LA.
Yeah. Rob, what do you think?
I was going to add that, you guys are talking from the entertainment side, but on the blue collar stuff, right? Everything's hurting. It's in the same way that everything requires permits on the entertainment side. If someone wants to open up an automotive shop in certain parts of LA, they're having a hard time to do it. Someone wants to build, someone wants to do, it's a hard time. But absolutely, it's going to bleed through, not just in other states, it's going to bleed through on the surrounding areas. Talk about, we have a change of mayor in Los Angeles. It's literally going to affect even Orange County. Okay, because things will literally just get better. Okay, and it's obvious there's an issue. But to begin with, guys, has anyone ever wondered why she even got to this position? This lady
Yeah.
was flawed.
Oh,
to
all the
begin
time.
with. She was flawed to begin with. That there's a reason why Biden didn't pick her and pick Kamala, because she was damaged goods. And the fact that she was somehow got elected here is just mind blowing. This lady, if she would have been running in Florida, there's no way it would have happened with her ties to Cuba and Fidel Castro and her communism. This is not. This is facts. She visited Cuba 8 times. She would call Fidel Castro her commander in chief. That's absolutely insane. You know, it's, you know, listen, we love this state. I love California. Every moment I'm like, oh man, I got to move to, you know, Florida, or I got to move to Texas. My kid lives in Colorado. She lives in Fort Collins. And I'm like, oh man, you know, there's so much other areas that are so much easier to live, but we love the city. There's something about California that's magical, but it's gone to total crap in the last decade. It's just gotten progressively worse. And the stuff that the DSA wants to do, right? It's insane. They want to make it even worse. They don't want cops to do their job. It's okay to be homeless, right? And that's the one thing.
Dude, they legalize crime.
Yes.
Yeah.
They basically legalize crime.
Yes.
I remember, Dante, when you were saying before you left that downtown LA had regressed back to like a different, like you keep your head on a swivel, because you and I would take the metro all the time. I'd meet you in Hollywood. We'd go to Jameson's, you know, it was a good time. Now, last time I was in Hollywood a few weeks ago, it looks third world. There are people doing meal prep for pop-up restaurants out of like the flatbed of a truck. Like,
well, dude, and the trains are basically a hobo hotel at this point, man. I mean, good luck, right? Like, I mean, I honestly, like, I'm a pretty big dude, and I don't really, you know, concern myself with, like, you know, outside dangers. But when I was on the train, man, like when I go to your place on the Gold Line, I was on guard, dude, because people were literally getting stabbed on the train, like on a regular basis.
Yeah.
This is how bad it's gotten there, man.
Yeah, there has to be some fundamental changes across the board. And you know, and the fact that there is, you know, you said they legalize crime. You know, you go to jail here in LA, you know, city of LA, right? I don't know if you know this. Say you were sentenced for 10 months. And it's like, oh, well, at least this guy got 10 months. He's going to be in jail for 10 months. No, they do something called 10 for 1, which means for every 1 day, you get 10 days credit in jail, right? So there's a revolving door. These guys go into jail. They were sentenced, right? Because that's what the district attorneys want. They're after those sentencing. They need to get that on the record that they won this case. But these people are not, you know, serving any time. They're literally given a 10-month sentence or a 1-year sentence, and they're out within 2-3 weeks. It's out of control. It's out of control. This is, by the way, for the people who are listening to this, this is true. You could just Google it. California, Los Angeles, 10 for 1. For each day, you get 10 days credit in county jail.
Yeah.
Let's
and you know what's funny, with a few small fixes, it feels like they can make this place 100 times better. Like Dante's saying about the subway and the metro. It's like, imagine if it was nice. Imagine if they just had security on there and didn't let homeless people just ride. People could use it left and right. You could cut down in traffic. You could, you know, the reason you don't use it is because what Dante just said. You'll find there's people half dead on there, you know, and they'll stab you, they'll rob you. It's insane that it's such a waste of resources because of such a small group of people that they can't get a handle on or won't get a handle on.
Well, because it's not in their best interest, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they rake in a lot of money, man, to keep crime a certain level, to, you know, keep the homeless. It doesn't benefit them to take care of the homeless. In fact, they'll lose money, right? So this is all planned, man. Like, this isn't something that just randomly happened to LA. I think this has been in the works for a long time, and now here the thing is, we're at the end of it now. I feel like if this election goes in the way of Karen Bass, there is no fixing LA after this.
Well, let's take a look at the this is one of my favorite. This is how I found Latinos for Pratt, was this video posted on X. Look up Latinos for Pratt. This video and all these other videos that use AI, they're very creative. It makes so much sense that filmmakers would get behind making videos in support of Pratt and cleaning up LA. And I see these like AI videos. We'll take a look at some of them. I see them as the modern day political cartoon. You know, you draw up, and there is a court case. There was a court case that went all the way to the Supreme Court with that involved Larry Flynt, who I worked for in the 90s. Many people may or may not know Film Threat magazine was owned by Larry Flynt. I sold it to him in the early 90s. He owned it for 5 years. I appreciate so much what he did for me, but he is a free speech absolutist. And he did a parody cartoon of Jerry Falwell.
Oh, no.
And that case that Jerry Falwell sued, it went all the way to the Supreme Court. And the reason today you can make fun of public figures and politicians in cartoons and in parody and satire is because of that court case.
Yep.
And it nearly cost Larry his life. There's a movie about it called The People versus Larry Flynt. Watch it. But the reason we can do all these things is because of that court case. Let's just watch some of this because it's very fun. And I love this. It's a catchy tune.
Latino por Pratt, tú verás, Mayor 2026. Ahí va. Mayor Karen took a trip way off the map while the hills caught fire. She was posting from abroad, Palisades though out the Dana, smoke in the sky. We were coughing in the kitchen, she was saying, bye-bye. Spencer, saca la basura. Look what she left on our block. LA looking like a closet where the junk can talk. Spencer, saca la basura. Bag it up, roll it out to the street. Latinos por Pratt, we're singing, cause we're tired of this dirty beat. Said we ride that plane train, sleek and smooth. World Cup coming, nowhere to move. Just lines, delays, we're studying that. But every single pothole still attacks my tires flat. Spencer, saca la basura. All this mess, all this spin, from Hollywood to City Hall. Feels like the trash moved in. Spencer, saca la basura. Tweet that nonsense fast. Latinos por Pratt, we're laughing, cause this clown show can't last. She's calling everyone, come right in the town hall.
It's still going.
I love it.
Homeless crowd on every corner. Money gone poof, but she swears it's all accounted. We just stare at the roof. Hollywood's packing, they're leaving the lot. You're losing the movies, but she shrugs on the spot. She's busy with slogans, we're stuck in a jam. We just want a mayor who can take out the can. Hey! Spencer, saca la basura. Pick it up, haul it away. From the busted roads to the broken vows, we're done with yesterday. Spencer, saca la basura. Latinos por Pratt, make way. Clean streets, clear plans, fresh start. May in 2026, ole. Saca la basura. Saca la basura. Otra vez. Latinos por Pratt. We shout till the trash gets taken out. Hey! Spencer.
I mean, can he beat the machine? You know, can he actually beat the machine?
Probably not.
Probably not. But can I just say something about that
Please.
ad or whatever? It's the most LA thing ever if you think about it, because it's people in LA being creative, shining a light on problems and getting politically active in like a creative way. I think this stuff is great because it's allowing people to use their creativity to go, look how fucked up this place is.
Yeah.
You know? And it's California. I grew up in California. I lived in LA almost my entire life. I've lived in a 60-mile radius my whole life. And I used to think of California as this exceptional place. And it's like California exceptionalism's just like left the building the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And it's like, that just shows you who we're getting with these choices for governor, just everybody is, and don't even get me started in the state legislature, but they're some of the most unexceptional people ever. Out of 40 million people, these are the people we chose to lead. There needs to be a lot of awareness. I think people are becoming aware and finding creative ways to like go, this is what's wrong, and you better fix it.
Yeah, and I think that, and by the way, a lot of credit to Adrian who did those videos. And by the way, the other ones that got really popular were made by Charles Curran, the one with the 3 guys drinking a beer at the barbecue. Those AI videos, he's done a great job on them. But I think that regardless how this ends, and I am hopeful, I have no doubt that Spencer is going to get past the primary and it's going to be him and Karen come November. Okay. But I think that if there's a good thing about this, regardless how the election ends, that it might motivate other people, because we're tired of the same trash. I don't want an 80-year-old or a 70-year-old or a 60. Can we get some fresh blood? And we've been asking for that forever, and we finally got someone. And people try to knock him down. Oh, that he was the villain of The Hills. Listen, I never watched The Hills. The truth is, I had no idea who he was. My wife, who is 18 years younger than I am, did watch The Hills and knew exactly who Spencer Pratt was. I met him, or I saw him for the very first time when he was just the guy who was upset that his house burned down, that his neighbors were burned to death, right? And hopefully this is going to motivate other people in other parts of not just Los Angeles and not just Southern California, not just California, across the country, to say, you know what, maybe there's something that I can't contribute. Maybe I have a different perspective. And this guy, by the way, Spencer has a poli-sci degree, man. He went to USC. He's actually more qualified education-wise than Karen Bass. They've shortchanged this guy a lot, considering this is the guy who actually sold The Hills. The Hills was a huge show. The guy's not dumb. The guy is not dumb.
Yeah, well, you're right. It's going to inspire a whole new group of people getting engaged and actually getting involved in service. The whole point from our founding fathers was, you take a turn and you run things for a while, then you run things. This whole splitting up people by race, sex, religion, making us fight each other. I always make this dumb comparison to the movie Flash Gordon. Did you ever see Flash Gordon? The whole point was Ming the Merciless was this dictator who kept the different kingdoms of Mongo fighting amongst each other so they wouldn't notice Ming. And that's what they do. They keep us fighting with each other, not to notice what's really going on. And I really believe Pratt is like a post-Trump kind of politician, because he's not a politician. I've listened to him on Rogan, on many podcasts, long form interviews. Karen Bass and Nithya Raman couldn't do an interview over 20 minutes and get deep into the issues. He's more informed than the current mayor about what's going on. And a lot of people, I feel like there's a lot of people, I know we talk about rot, right? There's a lot of good people working for this city that are trapped, or their hands are tied, or they can't do. You saw the guys who actually fixed the potholes. She redirected those funds to one of those homeless NGOs, basically giving her donors money. It's sickening. So anyways, I could go on and on.
The thing about Pratt is it's like this romantic story, right? Of the hero, the underdog hero that's going to save the city. The problem is, man, like that machine in LA is so broken. There's so much money exchanged. They're not going to let him win, even if he had the votes. They're not going to let him win. So
that's how I feel.
And I hate to sound black pilled, like I do, but there's no way that the system lets him in.
Yeah,
well,
that's a lot of what happened to Caruso too last time around. I mean, if anybody like couldn't be bought off, and kind of had some great ideas and a new take. And, you know, it drives me crazy because one of the things they kept saying 4 years ago was like, what, do you want to vote for Caruso and make everything look like the Grove? That they used to say that all the time. I mean, that was like in campaigns and things, you know, against him. It's like, yeah, what's wrong with the Grove?
Yeah, the Grove is nice. What the hell?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
I took dates to the fucking Grove, man.
Now I have Decision Desk. I'm sorry, I got distracted. I was creating an account. I had to verify my email, whatever. But here it is, the Los Angeles mayor's race, and they haven't reported yet, so that's why everyone's at 0. But you know,
we got 10 minutes. It closes in 8 minutes.
Yeah, 8 minutes. So I will refresh and we will go to this. I want to share something here. I don't know if you've seen Doug Ellen. You know, he is the creator of Entourage.
Oh, yeah.
And a guilty pleasure. I watched every season. It was Sex in the City, except for straight men. I
love that show, man.
I love that show. I saw the Entourage movie.
Same.
Which was not very good, but I watched every season. What would be great is if they did a reboot of Entourage now. You know what would all the different storylines.
Oh, it'd be so bad.
They'd be talking about pronouns,
toxic masculinity.
Drama would be dating a trans woman.
Well, didn't he before? Oh, never mind.
I'm not sure. They did. All I'm saying is
I thought he did in one.
It'd be great if Entourage came back, if only to take on wokeness. That would be hysterical. But Doug Ellen, I'll share the clip here for those who haven't seen it. He talks about the gaslighting that's been happening. I'll just play the video. It's self-explanatory. Watch this.
LA Times gaslighters. It's weird. One of 15 cameras that I now have at this house. 2 German Shepherds, 3 legal guns. 5 years ago, didn't lock a door here, but you know what happened? 2 animals invaded my house. And no, I'm not racist because they were wearing masks. I don't know if they were white. I don't know if they were Jewish. I don't know if they were fucking rabbis. I know they were animals because they invaded my house. I know I don't care what their excuses are, like a lot of you fucking care. I know invaders of homes should get 20 years, but I'm not paranoid, so I don't believe your bullshit about the stats and the crime because everyone in my neighborhood has got the same problem. They're fucking all putting cameras and hiring security guards because we're all getting broken into. It's not made up. It's not false. And this city has collapsed in the last 5 years. There is no fucking denying it unless you have an agenda, and I don't know what that is. But you say, oh, Spencer Pratt has no experience, so how can we possibly think about this? What experience did Karen Bass have for Rick Caruso, who we know can build things, who we know can fix problems, when you made sure he couldn't win? So right now, you're putting people in the same position that you did with Trump, who I did not vote for, by the way. You put him in by making sure we had no fucking options, okay? And that's where we are in LA, and we want to fix this place because we don't want to be forced out. I'm one of the people who made this city look great. I did it for years. I glorified it. I meet people all the time that moved here because the show that I fucking created, and they hate it here now. Hate.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
So true. Nobody used to go to Earth Cafe till Entourage came out. And then you couldn't.
That's true.
You couldn't go there anymore. It was always slammed.
But I love that show. It showed the fun part of LA. It showed LA when it was fun.
Well, it showed a different time in LA. You know what I mean? Like this was back when the Playboy Mansion was still popping. So
exactly. Like I just watched that thing. Oh yeah, I remember Entourage like featured what was cool about LA. You drive down Sunset Boulevard now, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. But you would drive down, even like maybe 15 years ago, you know? But wokeness really killed Entourage. That's even more, they should bring it back. I actually watched some episodes of that new Sex in the City because someone wanted to watch it, not me. But I watched. I'm a good partner.
Well, see, and that's the other thing we're not talking about, man. Besides the crime and all the other weird shit in LA, you know, you also have a city that's working against its own industry, man. The fact that filmmakers can't make films in their own fucking state anymore is crazy, man. And it's taken away a big part of the economy, man. People used to come to LA to make it, right? To be big, to be a star. They don't have to do that anymore. So
Yeah.
you account for that, and the fact that you get taxed out the ass to shoot there. How long until the film business just leaves LA completely? Like, really?
Yeah, it already has. All those numbers and stats. I think we talked about this before. It's a bunch of bullshit. They'll say, "Oh, production's up 10%." It's down like 75%, and then it's up 10%. And the only people who shoot here are the studios. And a lot of reasons they shoot here is because the star or the lead doesn't want to go anywhere else. That's the only reason they shoot, like 911. I mean, like Lone Star 911, or what are they? Those CSI things. I have a friend who's a first AD on one of those shows. I'm not gonna say who the actor is, but the actor would show up and go, "All right, where's my sides? Let's do my lines. I got to golf at 12. Let's get out of here." He'd work like 3 hours a day, and he was the lead on the show. If it wasn't for that, they probably would have been in like Mississippi filming it. So it's totally disingenuous. Everything I hear about the film business, I've been in the film business over 30 years now almost. It's like, it's disingenuous. It's gone. It left. They killed an evergreen industry, on the city level and the state level. They killed it.
Yeah, now with AI, things are even going to make it harder for the local filmmakers. So they got to figure out what they're going to do, because AI, whether we like it or not, it's here to stay.
Dude, this is as big as when Napster killed Tower Records, man. I mean, this is pretty much where we're at right now. I think the film industry is literally in real danger here, especially when it comes to LA. Like, once LA loses that, I don't know. Like, that's like the heart and soul of LA.
Yeah,
the film industry. I mean, it just is.
Well, here is what I'm worried about. Let me show a couple things here. This is from Jarvis on X. I'll zoom in, but I can read it. I try not to contradict Nate very often, Nate Silver, very often, but there's a perfectly valid reason why it takes so long to count votes in California. Here is a typical timeline. Election day, everyone votes. Week 1, mail-in ballots, absentee ballots, military ballots, overseas ballots, ballots accidentally issued to people's pets, and ballots harvested from Skid Row start trickling in. Week 2, as the ballots pile up, officials consider appointing a committee to count ballots. Week 3, committee to count ballots is appointed and commences discussions on electing a chairman. Week 4, deadline for ballots from illegal immigrants. Week 5, committee decides that chairman is an outdated term and will be replaced by a team to be decided later once the committee to count ballots, diversity consultants, finishes their report, blah, blah, blah. The whole point is, like Nate Silver says, the fact that California elections can't be resolved for weeks is kind of insane.
It's
and
corrupt.
Not common.
It's corrupt.
It's corrupt.
Well, it's what happens when you have a one-party system like the USSR and the Khmer Rouge in Cambodia. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, let's see here. This video, this is from Tommy Lauren here, a video clip from, she says, this video speaks for itself. LA, if you think things are going well and you are impressed with the impact Karen Bass has made, you should vote for her. If you think your city becomes the world's most expensive shithole, perhaps consider changing your vote. Let's watch this real quick.
I think that voters have a decision to make between somebody who has been bringing change in our city, reducing homelessness for the first time. Homelessness was only going up. Fast track 42,000 units of housing, 60-year drop in crime, and much, much more to come, or a reality TV star villain. And I think we know how reality stars make it when they are in government. And what's going on is not the best picture. So a reality star with no track record, I'm not sure he's ever had a job other than reality TV. I don't know if he worked at a regular job. I know he has no idea how the city government is run, but or somebody who has devoted their lives to change, and over the last 3.5 years have brought about change in some very significant ways.
Wow.
Yeah, but there are people who are going to fall for that. I mean, I feel like we're being gaslit so much by the mainstream media. It's unconscionable.
I mean, let's call it what it is, man. I've been saying this for a long time now, and people, call me crazy and all this other shit. I told you, as long as California stays a sanctuary state, the people will vote for whoever's blue. As long they don't care about anything else. They don't give a shit about the economy. They don't care about crime. All they care about is their virtue signal, right? So as long as California stays a sanctuary state for illegals and people who want to either trans or abort their babies, LA is going to keep voting blue.
Yeah. It's pretty sad. We got a lot, excuse me, a lot of comments and super chats. Rob, do we have any notice on a potential special guest? And do you want to tell people what's going on? You might as well. Why not?
Yeah, listen. Well, Adrian from Latinos for Pratt is currently at the. He's over at the Pratt victory party, and they kicked out all the media. Alrighty, so they were supposed to have like TV stations and everything inside. They decided to have no media inside, and we're trying to see if we get some content from in there. We're trying to see if we can get Adrian to come live. We're just holding tight right now.
So we would be live. We would have someone there live where Pratt's having, hopefully, a victory party. Let's. I mean, it's still too early for the numbers. Although, I'm gonna refresh here. It's still 0.
Hey, Chris, can I get? I was doing a little bit of research, and this is for mainly. I think this is a little bit of information for all of us. We're always talking about gun violence and gun deaths. And by the way, yes, bad, Brett. That's all bad. But I was pulling some numbers. Did you guys know that there's actually more homeless people die yearly than people actually die of gun violence in California?
It doesn't surprise me.
This is actually true. So I'm wondering if the numbers of, because Karen Bass is currently saying that there's been a decline of homelessness. And I'm wondering if the decline is because they died. Okay. Because literally in 23 and 24, I pull these numbers out. In 24, 2,208 people died of overdoses and stuff like that. Homeless people. Okay. Statewide, in 24, it's approximately 5,500 people that died across the state. Fentanyl is taking out people severely, and we don't talk about it enough. We don't. As a society, we don't talk about it. We ignore it. It's horrible what's happening. And finally, Pratt's saying something that's real. There has to be a mandatory help for these people. We can't allow these people to become zombies, because that's exactly what it looks like. It does look like an episode. It's not we're not exaggerating. When you drive by Skid Row, it doesn't even have to be Skid Row. You could drive from East LA to Boyle Heights, or you go into El Sereno to Pasadena, and you'll find pockets, and you're like, what is going on?
Oh,
right? This is real.
Yeah, MacArthur Park's insane. I lived down there in the 90s. I lived in Chinatown, so I was down there all the time, and it was bad. But it was like nothing like I had to go past there like 2-3 months ago. I mean, it was literally like straight out of a Walking Dead film, or TV show. It was literally 500 times worse than it was, in the early 90s. It was insane,
It's
dude, they're basically giving drug addicts the needles to shoot up with.
Yeah.
They're giving them crack pipes, man.
Well, that's what drives me crazy too, when they talk about affordable housing and stuff, and then you see somebody gacked out, laying on the sidewalk. They couldn't afford a $50 a month apartment. They need treatment, they need help, they need other stuff. They don't need a home, and they need to be. It's gotten really bad.
But also, where are all these beds? Where are all these rooms for the homeless that was built with all of that money?
Yeah.
Where are they?
Well, the rooms ain't there, but the money's sure gone. I'm it's funny. I have a friend who is a council member for a local city. I'm not going to mention his name because I don't know if he wants me to be sharing this information, but he literally tells me about these scams. Right? I'll get the heads up like, hey, you know what? So, I'm hearing that certain property is going to go up for sale. You actually hear this. It truly is a scam, and no wonder. And by the way, it's not just the local level and the state level. This happens on the national level. How is that someone comes in making 150,000 a year, and 4 years later they're worth $30 million?
Yeah,
right. This
it's insane.
This is real. This is real stuff that happens every day at every level. There needs to be. We need to clean house. And if Pratt gets elected, will he be able to do it? I don't know. I'll tell you one thing. This man gets elected, and I said this. I posted this on X, and I told this to Adrian. I said it's going to be worse than the hate and the TDS that exists for Trump. It's going to be worse for Pratt, because this is Blue Town. This is their town.
Yeah.
Right? They truly believe that they're never going to lose this town. But I think, there's a chance. I think parents, moms, dads, people are just sick and frustrated. You go through X, and it's crazy, because just because someone's voting for Pratt doesn't mean they're voting for Bianco or they're voting for Hilton. You literally have people saying, hey, I voted for Pratt, but I'm still voting for Becerra, or I'm voting for Mahan and stuff. There's a good chance that this guy could pull it off. And there's hope. That's all we need is hope. We need to get past today.
Let's read some of these super chats, and I've got my eye on it, but it's not looking good. On the DecisionDeskHQ.com gives Bass an 80. Well, it's really. We'll see. I don't know. There are no real numbers yet. Everything is call sheet, So
yes, people who are voting.
Yeah. All right, let's look at these. Hey, Lord Comet for 5. Hey, ICG, we've been pals for 12 plus years, and I've seen how you roll things. I mostly agree with your state and opinions. Okay. Thank you, Lord Comet. Appreciate you. In the name of all that is holy, cancel Disney Plus, says Graph Web for 2. Thank you so much.
Already did it.
All right. 311 SE. Shout outs from Pasadena. Hey, neighbor. I will celebrate at the 35er if he wins tonight. Although I'm on a fast now. I haven't drank in a while. So, but I would.
Yeah, you can't go to the fiber, man.
Yeah. Fingers crossed for tonight's outcome, says Bruce Leroy Jenkins for 2. Lord Marculus 4747, member for 42 months. Thank you. Hail Film Threat. Good luck, Los Angeles. 311 SE for 5. Real quick, what did you think of the Euphoria finale? The drug addicts in the show did not end up living long. Sort of a good message. Dante, what'd you think? I
thought, considering how fucking awful this series was, or this season anyway, it ended exactly the way I thought it would. It was fine. It was no surprises. I mean, a lot more ass than I thought I would see in this episode, but yeah, it was fine. I mean, look, they killed off the main character. Sorry if I spoiled that for you Euphoria fans.
I don't even know who the main character is, so that's
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of lead characters, so I'm not going to say which one, but they kill off a major character, and in the most anticlimactic, boring way. This show it never should have came back for a third season. So that's my review. It never should have had a third season.
Well, I'll definitely watch it. I have HBO Max.
Although Sydney Sweeney is naked a lot. So,
well, that's, you have to roll with it. Aaron Sleeper for 499. People forget the OG movie town was NYC. Hollywood exists because corrupt business and leaders forced an industry out. It can happen again. Well, happen again. It's happening now. Andrew Face 652 for $19.99. Very generous. Thank you. Miss the old school crackheads. At least they had some life in them, full of chaotic energy. These fentanyl zombies, they're so dead-eyed and hollow, makes one accept demon possession is real. And then we have Uzil Nap for 2. I got janitor at my school to sing Saca la Basura. That's great. It's a catchy tune. Hey, let's share something here. I love all these AI, like a guy named Gene Parmesan, who I just saw on The Hill was interviewed. He is doing a lot of these AI videos. This one just dropped.
I saw that interview. That was a great interview. Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Let's watch this.
Hello and welcome to The Answer is Right. I'm your host, Random White Guy. You know how it works. Contestants answer questions, and we find out if the answer is right. We've got two contestants today, a Spencer Pratt voter and a Karen Bass voter. We tried to get a Nithya Raman voter, but we couldn't find one. My smart hot assistant is going to introduce today's contestants. Let's give it up for Rachel and Michelle. Michelle, you're voting for Karen Bass.
Yes.
And Rachel, you're voting for Spencer Pratt.
Yes.
Let's get started. Question 1. There are thousands of homeless people on the streets of Los Angeles. Many are mentally ill or addicted to drugs. Do you A, get them into treatment, shelter, and mandatory care, or B, do nothing?
A, treatment, shelter, and mandatory care.
Michelle?
I don't know. This is a tough one. I'm not sure. B, do nothing?
Okay. Question 2. People are smoking fentanyl and injecting heroin in public parks where kids play. Do you A, enforce the law and remove the drug users, or B, do nothing?
B, do nothing.
Rachel?
A, enforce the law and remove the drug users.
Question 3. Wildfires are destroying the city and burning down historic Los Angeles neighborhoods. While this is happening, should the mayor of Los Angeles be in A, Los Angeles, or B, Ghana for some reason?
A, Los Angeles.
Michelle?
Oh, I don't know. This is a really tough one. I'm not sure. Actually, no. B.
I feel like
Ghana
I know
for some
people like
reason.
her. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We all know that girl. It's called Every Liberal White Woman.
Oh my God, it's the worst.
Did that guy say in that interview that his home burned down too? The guy's making
yeah, the guy Gene Parmesan. He's just a filmmaker who's dabbling in AI, and he's been making videos. There's like 3 people doing this stuff, at least 3 that I know of, and I started following all of them.
The thing that's kind of scary, and I don't think anyone's really thought about too deeply, is the fact that they're willing to fuck over the people who live in the Palisades. Like, if you guys aren't from LA or from California, the Palisades are a very well-to-do area. A lot of rich people live there. A lot of wealthy people live there. And if they're willing to fuck those people over right now, what about the poors? Yeah. Right? Like seriously, like if they're willing to like fuck the rich, where do you go from there?
Yeah.
Well, that's, you know, and it's funny you said that, because I was just having this conversation with my wife, which, by the way, you know, I consider myself a libertarian. I'm very down the middle, a lot of things, and the social issues. You know, I'm a little bit more, you know, liberal or open on the fiscal stuff. I'm conservative. My wife, on the other hand, she's liberal. Okay. But we were having this conversation, and we were like, exactly, if they allow this to happen in the Palisades, they're not going to have, and Altadena, which was, you know, Altadena wasn't a poor neighborhood. You know, it was a good middle class neighborhood. What happens to Montebello? What happens to East Los Angeles? What happens to some of the poor neighborhoods? What happens if something happens in South Central? Okay, it'd be easier to get rid of those properties, right? How easy would it be to gentrify that area? You know, if half the neighborhood burns down, you could just rebuild it. People don't realize, you know, if they're willing to do it to the people who are paying the biggest chunk in taxes, they're going to do it to everyone.
Yeah, it's weird. It's when you see interviews with so many of them, like it's like, do you know who your constituents are? Like the tax-paying citizens who just want to be safe. My daughter, for example, my daughter is an adult woman. You, Dante, Jim, you've met my daughter. She's an adult woman. She will not go to LA. She is. I am not going to go to Los Angeles for any reason. I don't know a lot of women that feel comfortable walking the streets alone.
Dude, people are getting mugged in broad daylight, eating at cafes on Melrose.
Yeah.
On Melrose, man.
Yeah.
The most bougie place in LA, Melrose Street, between La Brea and fucking Fairfax, right? Like just bougie. People are getting mugged there.
Hey, Chris, some Orange County numbers are starting to come through. If you just want to get
Okay.
an idea.
Well, go to the private chat. Any links you want me to share, just put the link in the private chat. I'll share it. So it's sad because what I've seen New York, I used to go to New York at least once a year for some reason, a film festival, some event. I'd be in New York. I don't know that I could go back. I've seen like New York has fallen as far as I'm concerned. New York has been conquered.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, we're not even joking, man. The fact that they have the Muslim bells go off during the daytime in the city is crazy to me.
It's bizarre to me.
That I had never seen anything like that in America ever.
Yeah. It's just horrific. I keep refreshing decision desk, nothing happening, but the call sheet is going all over the map. It's kind of crazy. And it's got call sheet has call sheet has like Spencer Pratt at 26%, Karen Bass at like 62. So really, I don't know, man. How do you have such an incompetent, unremarkable person like Karen Bass? How do you vote for her again after what happened?
I mean, but I don't know if the way they're wording that poll or that they're saying that will she win a November election? Listen, there's no doubt. I have no doubt that she's probably going to get more votes today. I'm hoping she doesn't, but she probably will. I just care about Pratt and her being 1 and 2. I don't think Pratt's going to take 50% plus today. No one's going to win today. Nobody's winning today. Who's going to move forward? This is just a primary.
How do you get people to wake up? Like, we all have friends I have friends all over the map, but politics comes up. Those are difficult conversations. How do you win the hearts and minds?
I told you, man, as long as the state's a sanctuary state, like they have ingrained this in these people, man. The thing is, it's very hard to find a moderate liberal in LA, maybe California, but not LA. It's the ones that stayed on the left went very far left. The ones that didn't are considered on the right now, even though they're not, right?
Yeah.
So,
right.
Yeah, dude, it's the extreme one. They won out.
Well, I think a big problem with LA, more than even California as a whole, is that it's filled with people who come here who are like kind of dreamers. And that's great when you're in 20 or 30s, but then they stay that way, and they have this false like view of the world. I saw today on Facebook this guy, I'm not gonna say who it is. You guys all know who he is. He's a big screenwriter, very successful. I know where he lives. He lives in the hills. And he's like, Mathai Ramen all the way. Why would anybody vote for this like tool of he's just going off on Spencer Pratt, like despises him in ramen all the way. But I know where he lives. He lives in like a gated community, So okay, sure, dude, So
well, what do you guys think about the all the celebrities that have come out to back Karen Bass? Right?
Oh, they're all getting paid. They're all getting paid. But why would they do it? They're either paid or I feel like they were encouraged by their management to do a favor. Let's look at the governor's race. We have numbers actually with what is it? How much? 9% in. It's Becerra and Steve Hilton. Becerra with 762K votes, 27%. Steve Hilton, 721K, 25%. Tom Steyer. That guy's he's such a tool. 595,000, 21%. Well, there you go. But this is the primary, so we'll see. You think Newsom will do that break glass if necessary?
Well, he won't have to, because there's no way Bianco and Hilton are going to take 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And by the way, I gave Bianco money. I actually like the guy. I think he's a solid guy. I coached girls softball fast pitch for years. One of my players that lived in Riverside, her neighbor, it was Sheriff Bianco. The dude is a super solid guy, and he's been a great sheriff, right? But honestly, this man should have dropped out a week ago. The numbers are there. There's no way. No way. That if anything, he might. Well, hopefully not. The numbers are so far look decent for Hilton, but we're not going to. It's going to be Becerra and Hilton.
Yeah. The one thing I think the only way we can fix California is probably not this cycle, but maybe in 28, 30, who knows? But I really think there needs to be more independence, because just in general, the Republican brand is so toxic here in this state. Like everything Spencer Pratt says is complete, utter common sense.
Yeah.
And if you said that was coming from a Democrat, they'd probably all go, yeah, all right. So it's like it's almost like they got a Trojan horse some independence into the system to really make change in this state.
Well, that's the thing. There's no viable third option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. On either side, right? Because there isn't a solid independent. And then the only other third option that's popping up right now, which is really just part of the left, is the DSA, which is absolutely just batshit crazy. How does anyone, do people not, they didn't take civic classes, history classes at school? Do they not know what socialism is? Listen, one thing about Adrian, the guy from Latinos for Pratt, and myself, right? We both happen to be Cuban. Okay, my parents are Cuban. Adrian's parents are Cuban. Okay, socialism, we've lived it. Our families lived it. We know what it works. So when people come and start talking to us about, socialism, no, man. My parents lost their property, right, in Florida, in Cuba. My grandparents lost their property. My father, here's a true story. If you give me a couple minutes here, Chris.
Yeah, please.
My father left Cuba in 1961. Okay. He was 19 years of age. He didn't leave just like jumping on an airplane and leaving. He escaped Cuba because he was part of a group called MRR, which was in Spanish, Movimiento Recuperación Revolucionaria. It was an anti-Castro group. Castro took over in 59. There was people that stayed behind, and they were fighting against the Castro regime, whether they were sabotaging things, and they were just fighting against the Castro regime. My uncles, okay, were part of this group as well. My dad's brothers and his cousins and stuff, okay. My father headed back home one day, was literally stopped, thank God, by, a sister or something, and basically told him, hey, you can't go there. They took him to a Catholic church. The Catholic church, true story, dressed him as a nun, and they flew him to Miami, okay, because the group got caught. My uncles died via firing squad while Che Guevara was overlooking this, okay? So when people tell me that I don't know what socialism is, or I don't know, it's just because we haven't done it right yet, or we haven't done this. No, man, I know what socialism is. And especially for Cuban Americans and Venezuelans and Nicaraguans, anybody who's actually lived through that extremism, okay? We don't want to see that to happen here, right? We don't want to see socialism here and communism here. And when we have someone like Karen Bass, who would literally call Fidel Castro, guys, if people were watching this, you can Google it. This is not new. She referred to him as her commander-in-chief, someone who's literally the sworn enemy of the United States, someone who's killed countless amount of people, someone who's destroyed. Did you guys know that Cuba was the most prosperous and the richest country of all of Latin America pre-1959?
Yeah. I mean, we've all seen Godfather 2. It was great. It was great when the mob was running it.
Now here's the thing. Yes, was there corruption back then? Absolutely. but there was freedoms. I'm not saying that the other guy was any good, okay? But we went so far. And you know what's crazy, guys? Socialism always works well for the people that are in charge. Because when Fidel Castro died, he was worth $900 million. Okay, inflated to today's, it's about 1.3 billion. Okay, so socialism destroys countries. Maybe that's what Karen Bass likes. She likes seeing how Cuba looks today, and that's what she wants to turn Los Angeles into. Because holy crap, man, our roads are probably about just as bad.
We've got the mayor's race up. We got Bass now with 117,000 votes, 38%. Pratt, 86,000 votes, 27%. Rahman, 61,000, 20%.
Okay.
Are we going to get an overnight dump to basically knock Pratt out? I feel like if there's fake votes, they'll spread between the two of them. The whole thing is to knock out Pratt.
Let's see, because from what I was reading earlier, and I don't know if this is accurate, most of these, the things that have been counted right now are the stuff that was already dropped off early on. Right. So
early voting.
Early voting. So that might be a good sign for Pratt, because in all reality, I think the momentum, and for people who tend to lean more to the right, they like to go same day. Right. And if we stay at those numbers, 38, 28, 20, we're good. All we need is another day to fight.
Right. It's just one of those things where I've been really invested in elections in the past. This is one where it's very local for me. And I'm in the moment where, Dante, you moved out of California to Colorado. My friend Gary Beekler, he moved from the Bay Area. He was a California resident. He moved to Texas. I'm at the point where between taxes, when you the amount I paid in taxes, because I was behind on my taxes, I had to catch up. It's not fun. I think everybody should be a 1099 person.
Oh, that'd be great.
Because when you're 1099, you have to give them money. It's not like, hey, I got money back. You didn't get any money back. That was your money.
Yeah.
If you got money back from the government because you're a 1040 employee, that's your money. They just kept it and they kept the interest. When you're 1099, like most people who work in entertainment are 1099 employees, you write a check. I remember the first time I wrote a big check to the government, and it was like, fuck this. It's really like, do I stay in California or do I move to Florida? Do I move to Nashville? Do I move to Texas, to San Antonio? What should I do?
Well, speaking of Florida, I don't know if you've been following the news, and I know we've been focusing on the local stuff, but did you see that the legislation in Florida today passed? I think they call it the homestead exemption expansion. By 2028, your home that's $250,000 or less, which, by the way, you can get yourself a decent home for about $250,000 in Florida. Okay.
Wow. Jesus.
By the way, zero property taxes. DeSantis is literally eliminating property taxes for people who own a home that's worth $250,000 or less. How is it that Florida, we give Florida all this crap about the Florida man and this and that. And how is it that they don't have any personal income tax, and they're literally the primary residence valued at $250,000 or less? Okay. Your taxable value will be reduced to zero. That's in Florida. Yeah. And by the way, they're also a donor state. They also pay more into the system than they receive, okay, from the feds. So I just got to say, it's when you look at other states, and there's a reason why people are leaving California. Again, I don't want to leave. I've been talking about it for a while. Do I go to Florida? Do I go to Tennessee? Do I go somewhere else?
Yeah, but at some point you got to ask yourself, what's keeping you there, right?
Exactly. But what's keeping me here is family. friendships going back decades, my familiarity with. Also, I'm a massive, no surprise, this is a film channel. I'm a massive fan of movies and the rich history. I'm a member of the Academy Museum. I just got a membership to the Lucas Museum.
Oh, nice.
I can't wait. It opens in September. Like, I can point, when I drive around, I can point, they shot Blade Runner here. They shot this here. They shot, this is this house where they shot Back to the Future. This is the, like, I love film and film history. The best screens to see movies are in the LA and LA area. In Pasadena, where I live, I'm walking distance to 3 movie theaters, although the IPIC theater is about to close, which I hope it gets bought by
IRP, RIP, but it was like $30 a ticket. So
the business model made no sense. It was like $30-40 a ticket, but you got free popcorn. Didn't make sense. They should make it an AMC. It would be huge. It's a beautiful theater in Pasadena.
Well, dude, I still miss the Cinerama Dome, man.
Oh, the dome, that's a whole other thing. Why is the dome still closed?
The ArcLight, the dome. By the way, Chris, I'm sure you see that I'm also a big movie fan, right? Actually, if you take a look at
let's see your collection.
You want to see the collection? Here,
oh, look at this.
Oh, hold on a second. Here,
I see an Infinity Gauntlet. I see.
Hold on.
Oh my
God!
Wow, look at that.
That's awesome.
Hold on. Here.
Holy shit! This is okay. Well, all right. You got me beat.
It's like a museum, man.
This is incredible, Rob. This is amazing.
Yep. But I'm a huge movie fan.
Yeah.
Huge movie fan. Yes.
But this is, look, I just love the history, even the film community. We do, Dante, you were a part of our movie meetup group. Jim, we meet in Burbank at the AMC Burbank 16. That theater is, when the escalators are working, it's a great theater. I love that place.
It's probably one of the best theaters in LA.
Yeah. Now it is. Yeah, it was the Dome. The Dome was my jam. But, I love
some nice ones in Irvine.
That's good too. There's so many, like, I just know all the places. There's so much. I've been here too long. I've been here more than half my life, and I'm freaking old at this point.
Yeah.
So what do I do? Do I cut and run?
That's the thing about California. Like I said, I've been here my whole life. It used to be this exceptional place, and maybe I'm stupid, but I keep thinking maybe it'll get back to there.
Yeah.
Because it's like it used to be amazing, for the longest time, going on, Dante, you went out a lot in LA. It was a fun
dude. Some of the best times in the world, man. I remember getting just shit faced at the Rainbow, man. And if you guys know the Rainbow on Sunset, man, it's basically where all the old hair bands used to hang out and drink and perform. Like Lemmy was there so much they built a statue to him at the bar. Just like little things like that, man. Like I miss it, but at the same time, I know we'll never get that back.
Yeah. I lived in that.
We'll never get it back, dude.
Yeah, Lemmy was my neighbor, so I would just walk up and down that street, get hammered, go home, pass out. It's great for 20 years.
Oh, dude, it was like the best times, man. Yeah. I did shots with Bret Michaels one time.
I urinated at a trough urinal at the Cat and Fiddle next to Morrissey.
Oh, whoa.
The Cat and Fiddle was a great place, man.
Another great place.
The Cat and Fiddle was great. It's gone now, right?
Yeah.
It's everything,
supposedly.
All the cool places are gone.
By the way, even on the west side, like we had I told you I was in Del Rey.
Hey, what's up?
Do you guys remember Brennan's, the turtle races on Lincoln, the Irish place?
No, I don't.
Oh yeah, no, I don't remember. Yeah, I saw. God damn, what's that Irish band's name?
Flogging Molly.
Flogging Molly. That's the first time I saw them there.
Well, Brennan shut down after 30 years. So that's another thing too. We're talking about entertainment industry. Pratt brought this up that restaurants are shutting down at the highest numbers possible. You're talking about an iconic restaurant like Brennan's.
Lucy's El Adobe. Lucy's El Adobe across the street from Paramount is where
remember
the
that
cast
place
of Star Trek would go to hang out after shooting episodes of Star Trek. Hey, welcome, Derek Anderson, the DA.
What is up?
What's going on?
How y'all doing, man? How we doing? How we looking tonight? Everything good?
Well, we've got.
Hey, this is good. This is good.
Oh,
this is good, man. We just need them to. We just need them to be in the top 2.
Okay,
right?
Well, more votes came in. 130 for Bass, 108 for Pratt, rounded up 71,000 votes.
Okay,
let's go. Let's go.
It's a fight.
It's a fight. It's a fight.
Hey, Chris, can you take a look at the numbers from the governor? Because I'm seeing.
Yeah. How the governor doing?
Yeah. I gotta find the governor. Let me.
I can only vote. I only voted in the governor. I couldn't vote for L.A. mayor because
Let's
I'm
see, governor. We got. Look how close Hilton is to Becerra.
That's great.
Man.
You see it?
Yeah.
I'm reading.
They're off by 6,000 votes.
Hilton got the first dump from LA County. Hilton actually got like 20% of the first batch of the ballots, which is good because LA County is not expecting to, give them a whole lot. Where Hilton's going to do well is going to be, Riverside, parts of the IE, Cucamonga, Temecula, Murrieta, all those areas.
And honestly, I really like Bianco, Chad Bianco. I think he's straight shooter, no bullshit.
I love Chad.
That's who I voted. I voted for Chad.
But
I did. I put my vote in for Chad. I know he was on the outside. I should have put it in for Hilton, but that was my guy. I was rocking with him from the very beginning. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to let it,
Can I say one thing about the film industry? I listened to all these guys' plans to like make the incentives better, and Hilton had by far the best plan.
Yeah, he
the
did.
Most pragmatic. So it's like, anybody who's in the film business who doesn't vote for him, because he's a Republican versus that, it's, suicidal empathy. He has a great plan to try to fix the incentives.
Yeah.
But I do think Chad Bianco, I saw an interview with him on the Patrick
Bet David.
Yeah, Bet David. Yeah. PBD, the PBD podcast. I saw with it. He really went into detail how they've screwed law enforcement in California. And they tried to just basically, make all the sheriffs ballless in terms of their power, and why lawlessness is insane in California. These are really, Hilton is just 6,000 votes from Becerra. Did Becerra come out of the woodwork? He's a dimwit, by the way. I saw an interview with him. He is a moron. People are voting for him for the name.
He got the what's his name? What was the guy's name? Eric Swalwell.
Yeah.
And they forced him out. He got all of his votes.
Yeah, but I'll tell you something. If Becerra and Hilton end up being the 1 and 2, it's going to get ugly for Becerra because you guys know that there's a bunch of legal issues with some of his his former chief of staff. Right?
No, I don't know. I've heard some.
Yeah, I've heard about that
rumblings. So here, I made some notes. So Steve Hilton today said that he predicts that Democrat opponent Xavier Becerra will be indicted for campaign finance fraud within the next few months. He shouldn't be running for governor. He goes, he should be preparing for a criminal defense. Becerra's chief of staff and Newsom's former chief of staff have been indicted already. They were involved in the scheme. They would take $10,000 a month out of Becerra's California campaign account, and they would send it as a fake fee payment to a consulting firm run by Gavin Newsom's former chief of staff. It said it's impossible to believe that he didn't know when it was all about him getting his guy to go with him to D.C. That's illegal. He broke the law. So even if Becerra ends up, taking the top spot, it's going to be ugly in the next few months. You listen. Do you think the feds are going to leave that alone? Oh hell no.
No.
If Becerra's a target, they're going to go after him.
Yeah, well, it's now I just refreshed the numbers on the mayor's race. It's a solid second for Pratt at 108,000, 130,000 for Bass, Rahman at 71,000. So that's encouraging, but what I love is seeing Pratt is so confident. He says, I'm going to be mayor. Like, I think it's probably going to go to November at this point. But that debate, he was so good in that debate. Not just, and there was something also, one of the rules they laid down in the debate, I found out, was no name calling. And I know Pratt has said, like, he's called, Karen Bass, Karen Basura, and which I think is great because I know what basura is. I took 2 years of Spanish in college. I know como se dice. If I don't know something, I say como se dice, this, whatever. And you live in LA. That's part of the reason I love LA, is all the food, authentic Mexican food.
You have no idea. The only thing I've craved since I've been here in Colorado is good Mexican food, but specifically like street tacos, man. Street tacos, like at 12, like at midnight or one in the morning.
Yeah.
With the grilled onions, man, and oh my God.
Every time I'm coming back from Burbank, after the movies, bro, there's a street taco vendor right off the freeway. When I get up, I gotta stop there every time. The street tacos are absolutely magnificent in LA, man.
I miss that more than anything.
Oh man, the street tacos are the best.
The best street tacos. I'm going to tell you right now. It's in East Los Angeles, Whittier, and Atlantic area. You have some of the greatest street tacos. What part of Colorado are you at?
Oh, I'm in Denver.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I told you my daughter's like 30 minutes from there in Fort Collins.
Yeah, it's a nice area, man. And here's the thing. It's funny because specifically where I live, the majority of the people like on that block are from California.
Really?
Yeah. So like there was like a mass exodus, dude, of people just leaving. Oh, and by the way, you talk to any one of them, so much happier than they were when they lived in LA. So I don't know, man. I think everyone's trying to get out right now. And believe me, I love LA. I miss LA so much. But the thing is, it's like I don't know if I could ever live there again, man, because it's so ridiculous and unreasonable. Like, I don't think it's going to change.
Yeah, it's depressing. But during that the mayor debate, they told Pratt, or they told all the candidates, you cannot use no name calling. And Spencer Pratt was so respectful, and I think that made him look better. It made him look really like he was on Bill Maher's show, Club Random.
Oh, I saw that one. Yeah.
I saw that one too. Bill Maher's so fucking out of touch. He is so out of touch. He's like almost there on some of his opinions, but it's like, dude, get out of your zip code, drive downtown. Anyone that drives in LA, I still have a mailbox on Wilshire Boulevard at Wilshire and Highland, and I check it about once a month now. But I drive. I don't take the freeway. I get off at Wilshire, where the 110 freeway. I get off at Wilshire, and I drive. The shit I see through K-Town and everything,
oh my God,
it's disgusting. Yeah. It's horrific.
There are a lot of hookers in K-Town. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, well, I didn't see that, but I saw other stuff that what street?
You can go to Figueroa.
Oh my God. You guys, you're gonna get me in trouble here. Yeah.
I just got an update. 7:30. So Spencer showed up at he's at Don Antonio's on the west side. That's where he's having his little victory party. He got there about 7:30, 7:45. So it looks like, fingers crossed, see if we can get Adrian on the channel here shortly.
Even we don't need just like, hey, what's the vibe in the room? Are people like, Are they feeling confident? Like I you know, I'm such an optimist. I thought that episode 9 of Star Wars was going to be good and they were going to stick the landing. Now I was wrong, but you know,
let me tell you something, Chris. I watched Star Wars New Hope like third week of opening at Man's Chinese. My dad saw it first in '77. I saw Empire opening day. I saw Return of the Jedi opening day. Episode 1, 2, and 3 I saw opening day. Actually, episode 3 I saw early because I had friends in the industry. Rogue One I saw early. I even saw Solo opening day. I still haven't seen Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh, well, you're good.
It's the first Star Wars movie I don't go see. I am so disappointed.
I mean, if you can wait 2 weeks, it'll probably be on Disney Plus.
This is directed at you, this comment right here. From CDog303. Someone says, I regret seeing Solo in the theater.
Yeah.
Let's look at some of these soups real quick. And we'll get back to, I'll just keep the numbers up. Ramon Alligator for $4.99. Loving the coverage. We're big Gore fans over here, and these takes from Pop Culture Cats we respect are refreshing. Pratt is the real deal. Well, yeah, I did meet him. I met him actually, and got to talk to him and want to get him on the podcast, which I don't think I talked to one of his assistants. Probably not going to happen before, obviously, this election, but before he'll have time before November. We will get him on this show to talk film. I'd like to have you on, Jim, to talk film.
That would be a good show.
Dr. Fauci's Pardon Prison Butt for $5. I always love, it's one of my favorite names. You have one of the best names. That should be a YouTube channel. It's disgusting if you do the math. 70+% of LA is going to vote for someone that burned half their city down in the runoff instead of a Republican. Yeah, that's how captured people are. Can this one go toward Rob getting a mic? Says Ramon Alligator. What do you mean, Rob? Yeah, Rob, you need a mic.
Yeah, I know. I was rushing to get here from work, and I did a quick setup. You know, if we do something in the future, which we might be, I'll have the setup completely done. I apologize.
It's all good. We're talking about spinning off a separate political show that is nonpartisan, not left, not right. A show for the common sense, sane people that are tired of all this stuff. So, yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
Q Burrito for $5. Sorry, DA, I don't want to cover you up. Q Burrito for $5 for a great take on what happened to Cuba with Castro and Che. Andy Garcia's The Lost City, 2005. Well written and acted. Great movie, not woke.
It was a good movie. It was a great movie, with the exception that in one shot, I don't know why he allowed a boom mic to show up. You know, there was a bad scene. But I'll tell you something. Here's a little bit of worthless trivia regarding The Lost City. Andy Garcia shot that in the Dominican Republic. I'm very well aware of that movie. Okay, there was a PA who showed up, and this is true story. Showed up with a Che Guevara T-shirt. Okay.
Oh man.
Andy Garcia literally stopped everything, told him to take that shirt off. Like, are you serious? Like if I would go work for Andy Garcia, even if I wasn't Cuban, I would probably kind of, know that this guy, what this man has gone through. And if you guys ever get a chance, listen to some of his interviews when he talks about, Cuba, the pain in this man's voice. And by the way, don't be surprised if we end up having a free Cuba here in the next 12 months.
Yeah. Trucker Mark for $5. Thank you. Chris, F your friends. Lol. Yes, your family's important, but your wallet and your health is priority. But not just friends. I have family here too. My daughter's here. My son, he's married. He lives in Orange County area. So, it'd have to be family too. Lord Comet for $2. All these votes are a pain in the bass. I love a joke like that. Thanks, Lord Comet. JC Hero of Canton for 2. Solo was the last movie I saw in theaters. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Hey, one quick thing, I want to just mention, which I think is amazing, is, if Bass and Pratt go to the next round, which it looks like that'll happen, it's up, it's kind of getting lost on people, not us, but people, that Nathai Rahman, who's like this DSA superstar from a couple years ago, just got her ass kicked by a reality TV guy who's pissed off.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I like that.
The whole city, I think, owes Pratt a lot of gratitude if just anything he gets rid of her, because I think she would have actually been worse than Bass.
Oh yeah, I agree.
100 times worse. So I mean, I'd love to see Pratt as mayor, but I think even if just that happens alone, he did the city a massive service, and kind of her career's done. I don't know what she's going to do next, And I lived, Chris, as we talked about earlier, I lived in her district for a couple of years. It's just a hellhole, So yeah, and her husband takes all his productions to New Jersey and New York. That's another reason I don't like her.
Yeah, isn't there a report that her house, that they just put up their house for sale?
Yeah, like the day of the election, which is weird. Couldn't wait one more day. Yeah, it's all everything she does is weird and shady and not normal.
Yeah, I don't get how people look. And to be honest, frankly, I don't love many politicians at all. I really don't. I'm like, who's going to be the least shitty choice? That's mostly what we get. Pratt is the first time I've really been inspired that just a regular person who doesn't want to do the job. How do you think?
Yeah, he talks common sense. He just speaks common sense. He makes sense to most people. When you hear him talk, he's not trying to sell you on anything. He's just trying to say, hey, the city is messed up. Let's clean it up. Let's get back to normal life. Instead of walking over, fentanyl zombies and stepping in poop. And I mean, who wants to live like this? Like this, that's the thing I don't get. Like, how do you keep voting for that if you see this around you? And I'm just going to vote for it again.
I mean, look at San Francisco, man.
Well, look at this. Oh, come on. Yes. Where's your finishing move? Come on, Spencer. PSA guys.
There's a special move.
Yes. Okay, I can watch that. Okay, all right. Yeah, but no, I just let's get to November. I don't know. Can the city even take it? Can the city, restaurants closing, things getting worse and worse. It's just sad to me. I mean, dude, LA, I moved here in 89, the 90s in LA. It was awesome. Yeah, there were problems.
I'm looking here at the on the governor's side.
Yeah.
There's a guy that's running for governor that he named himself Barack Obama.
Is that true?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I saw that on the ballot.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I saw that on the ballot, man. I was rolling.
That's wrong, man.
Wow. You know who I feel really bad for? Tonight, Katie Porter's husband. That's going to be bad.
Oh my God.
Crap, man. Yeah, she's done. Her numbers are completely. I mean, she won't be able to run for office for anything else. Matt Mahan, who
but her husband's used to
somewhat of a
getting
moderate
pegged.
for a Democrat, his numbers are pretty
His
bad.
campaign, I started following him just because I think he's an okay moderate guy. He had the worst campaign, the worst social media. Like it was done by somebody who was 90 years old or something.
Yeah,
horrible. That guy just dropped the ball on his campaign.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, can you take a quick look at the governor's side right now, where the numbers are?
Yeah. Let me hang on. I got it here. Okay, where are the governor numbers? I just had it. Sorry, Rob. Let me here.
I mean, the fact Katie Porter is not going to, get in the top 2, possibly governor. We also
Hilton is ahead. Hilton is sorry.
That's a win. I'm just looking. I'm on the LA page for the LA County, and I don't know if this is taking account for the entire state or just LA County. Xavier Becerra is at 29%, Hilton's at 22.73, and Tom Steyer's at 22.17. So I don't know if these are.
We got Hilton
for LA County or if this is statewide.
For
oh no, that's the more recent one right there. That updated it. Yeah, a minute ago.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a chance that Hilton might get locked out of here. Wow.
That's good.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's good. All right, we got more. I can share some more memes. Memes.
It looks like 16% of the vote. No, I think this is just for LA County.
Yeah, let's check out some memes here.
What does dangerous Spencer Pratt have in mind for Los Angeles?
I make a living giving drug needles to unhoused individuals, and Spencer wants to put me out of the job. Spencer wants to force me to get treatment and turn my life around instead of dying on the streets. What kind of bully forces people to do things?
As a busy mom, running away from the crazy drug addicts in our park is the only exercise I get. Spencer wants to get rid of them. Does he want me to be active?
Oh, well, there we go. No, on the national, on the state side, statewide.
Stay the course with Karen Bass. Smile, damn it!
New AP right now,
Don't take the
46%
bait.
reporting.
Stay the course with
Hilton
Bass.
has 1,033,000 votes. Xavier Becerra is at 1,000,007. Huh.
Yeah.
And Steyer's like at 765,000.
Okay, so this keeps
Bianca's way down. Bianca's not
refreshing
going to be
here.
anywhere near this.
Yeah, Hilton, wow, is in the lead. California could go red on the governor's side.
So this one goes to the runoff with Hilton and Becerra the way it stands right now, right?
The way it stands, yes, November. If for some reason, if there's some kind of miracle that we don't see happen, and we get, and Pratt gets 50 points,
Hilton would have to drop the
50%
third.
would win.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
One thing that surprises me and maybe it's because partially out of respect for the victims of the Palisades fire. Have you heard anyone mention any of their names? I literally had to go digging for their names earlier today, and we know about the 12 that died, but there was 17 that died in the Altadena fires.
Yeah.
And I just read that there was a son, a 35-year-old son, passed alongside his 68-year-old dad. How horrible is that, man? Horrible.
No, it's just all of this is a night. I can't believe someone like Bass wouldn't even say, you know what, I resign.
And the craziest thing is the reservoirs are still empty.
Yeah, I failed the city. I'm gonna resign. And there's just the amount of you can't keep up with it. It's there's so much.
Yeah, but she played her last card, right? She played the racism card that people are after her because she's a black woman. Remember that? Like when she came back from the fires from her African vacation.
Yeah,
she blamed. She literally blamed racism.
Hey, Chris, check that. I shared that with you. Check that screen I just shared.
Private chat. No, wait. Okay.
No. I did. This is how California actually looks. A lot of people think California is just this giant blue state. So this is how the results are going so far. You can see all of that red is for Steve Hilton.
Yeah. And
it's really just the coast. That's it. The whole rest of California is red as hell.
Yep.
This is how it always has been, man. And if we could get these blue areas to just think like Chris Pratt, or not Chris Pratt, Spencer Pratt.
All right.
I'm on a movie show, all right? I'm on a movie show. But just to get them
Oh, no.
Still on.
I walked
Who
in.
did that? I miss Alan.
Look, they can think like Chris Pratt too, because Chris Pratt ain't necessarily a bad choice either.
I mean, anybody's better than Karen Bass.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
On
Anyway, that was it.
Derek, on that's this what you just put up, this map. It shows that the parts of the state that like to cast their politicians. They don't elect them; they cast them.
Yeah.
Karen Bass would have been like in Deep Impact 2, like would have been the president. So everybody's like, okay, yeah, like
right.
Casting. So they like to cast their elected representatives.
Speaking of cast,
we see what can be, unburdened by what has been.
That's so
I was kind of surprised that San Diego is like full on red, man. It kind of based down there a little bit in San Diego.
It kind of always has been, but
Good
a
chunks
lot
of the
these,
Inland Empire, good chunks of all that Temecula, Murrieta area. It's pretty red.
it's all red. Those areas.
It's just LA and it's just LA and the Bay Area, man. Sheesh.
Yeah. And let's not forget in the 80s and 90s, California, I'm pretty sure had a Republican governor the whole time. Pete Wilson.
Oh yeah.
Majan and those guys.
Yeah.
And then
So
I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
She's gonna be back in 2028. I'm not gonna get rid of these clips.
Hey, Chris,
Oh,
keep an eye. Chris, keep an eye out. Adrian just asked if we were still on, so he might be calling in.
Yeah, no, we will cut to him. This is live election coverage. He's got the link. We'll bring him on. We'll put him full screen. But yeah, that's crazy. Let's bring these numbers back. But this is wow, Hilton in the top spot.
See these results.
Yep.
You got to pick this place up just to get Dante back more than anything.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. Did you hear a lot of money? Hey, here's Adrian right here. Hey, man. How's it going?
Going well, man.
Good to meet you.
Now, the one thing that we could guarantee for sure is that Pratt advances, on this primary. The entire blue machine is really going to come after him. The entire blue machine. Everyone. You're going to have AOC out here.
You think so?
Talking shit about him.
Yeah. Well, hey, Adrian, Latino for Pratt. Love you, brother. You are doing amazing work with that. You're just that account is crazy. What's the vibe like there?
Oh, everybody's excited, man. We as soon as so we got in like a couple waves. So the first wave, everybody was like, "Oh, we're feeling pretty good," and then the second wave, when it got over 30%, everybody cheered. It was good. So everybody's feeling really good about it.
Good.
Now, do you think we're going to get results tonight?
What's up, buddy?
I don't think so. Hey, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be final results.
Can we hear Adrian?
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's just kind of loud.
Yeah, it's a little loud. Yeah,
I can't hear Adrian.
It's all good.
No, I think we're feeling pretty good about it.
Event right now.
It's going to be an interesting battle in November for sure. For November, everybody's going to come at us.
Now, has Spencer said anything? Like he was there? Did you talk to him?
Haven't spoken to him. Did see him briefly.
Hey, Chris, am I the only one not hearing anything?
Oh, I can hear Adrian. The audio's a little wonky, but I can hear Adrian.
Yeah,
can you guys hear him in the chat?
Yeah, I can hear him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on my headphones. I'm on my AirPods.
Oh, yeah.
Inside a restaurant, so apologize for the background noise. But it's cool. It's a good spot. It's been a fun night.
So, what's the feeling? Will we get the result tonight of at least going through the?
I think we're gonna get the result of at least the top two. I think it's gonna be pretty. I mean, honestly, Pratt's up I think it's 40 something thousand votes over Raman at this point. it'd be very difficult for her to catch up with any upcoming. I think it's about 45% of the voting. So, you know, just numbers wise, he's in very good shape to be in the top two. So I think by the end of the night, we're going to have a pretty solid idea. It's going to be versus Pratt at the end.
I hear my voice on there. So. Hey, the audio is pretty bad. We'll probably have to let you go. If you
No worries, man. Yeah, if I get to a quieter place, I'll
okay, yeah, hop back on. All right, we'll see you. Thanks.
No problem, guys.
Later.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's all good. It's all good. Let's put the numbers back up. It hasn't really moved. I can refresh here. Hasn't moved much, but Pratt's not. I mean, Ramen is way behind. I don't think she has a chance to show up. I mean, there's 11 more candidates. Let's see. We have two Kims. Well, there you go. But here's where we're at. What are the markets saying? Oh, wow. Look at that. A lot of money on Pratt, but hasn't really moved for LA Mayor. Thoughts, gentlemen? What do you guys think?
It's kind of playing out the way I thought it would play out, you know?
Yeah, I didn't think Pratt would take it today. I really was hoping for something like that. Some crazy.
Could anyone hear me?
Yeah, Rob, we can hear you.
Okay.
If you have any problems, just go and come back. That usually fixes it. It's like rebooting. Just yeah. But
yeah, this is what I was hoping for. Just Pratt in the top two somewhere. It didn't really matter if he was number one or number two. Just make it to the next day, and then we go from here. That's what I was hoping for.
What's really fascinating is how much Pratt has captured national attention. I really think people understand. A lot of people love the city of LA, and to see it like, I mean, look, it's going to be host to the Olympics. Big events come to LA. The city cannot continue like this. This woman is incompetent. I mean, it's embarrassing where the city is. I mean, it's driven my friends out. Like I don't know. I really
there used to be a pride in being from LA or being in the LA area, and I used to go around the country talk. Yeah, man, I'm in LA. I used to feel good about saying that. Now it's like, yeah, I'm from LA. It's like you don't want to brag about it, man, because of the state of the city. And oh, is that the place where they you got to walk through human feces? Oh yeah, that's LA, huh? It's like you're kind of embarrassed now of the city. And that it should never be like that. Not LA, not one of the greatest cities, in my opinion, in the world.
But but when you add to that, though, right? I mean, yeah, there's crime, there's dirt, all this weird shit, literally weird shit, on the streets. Even with all that, man, the fact that LA, that the people, the residents, the folks who actually have to survive there, are getting priced out, man. Like they're getting. How do you afford to live? You can't afford to live in LA. Like besides the crime and the shit on the streets, they're slowly pricing everybody out of the city.
Yeah, and they want more money, more taxes. But one thing,
dude. I mean, when God, I don't want to say a single man, but when a studio apartment, and I'm talking like a bad studio apartment, is like $2,500.
Yeah,
like that's fucking crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Like that's fucking insane. A studio apartment.
Well, I was gonna say it shows you how badly this city's run in the just by the fact if you go down to Hollywood Boulevard, how many times you guys been down there? You see some poor family from Norway or something walking around, like lost, going, "What the fuck is going on here?" They think it's this nice place. Why in the world would we not clean that part of town up and make it a touristy place? There's just people in wheelchairs. There's people
like it used to be.
Zombies. It's like this is like a jewel in the crown. Make it nice. Bring people here, tourism. They don't even try anymore. It's just literally like, a shithole.
Yeah, that's civic pride. Like you see what Trump did with that fountain in DC. Like that's what LA should be doing, man. Clean it up, make it beautiful. All right, we have a beautiful city. We have some history here, especially in Hollywood. It's like I used to go down to Hollywood all the time, take my kids, and we check out the the Walk of Fame, and then go put our hands in the hand. I don't even want to touch Hollywood at this point. All right, because of everything that's going down on Hollywood, and
dude, if you put your hands on the street there, you're probably gonna catch syphilis, man.
Yeah, you gonna get something, man. Yeah, I mean, it used to be a place you bring when you had family coming from out of town. Hey, let's go down to Hollywood Boulevard. Let's see the stars and let's sightsee it. And it's like, nah, man, we'll kick it out here. We'll do something around here. Because I'm in Carson, I'm in the South Bay. So we'll find something else around here to do. We don't have to go to Hollywood, and that's sad, man. That's sad. But yeah, that's Democrat logic, I guess. Let's make everything shitty. I don't understand it.
And the sad part too for me is like, I don't think like if you're not from LA, you don't realize how cool it used to be, man.
Yeah.
And I know we keep going back to that, but even right now as we're talking, I'm thinking about how much I miss Jumbo's Clown Room. I miss Jumbo's, man. I had some great times there. Life defining times, if you will.
Yeah. No, I always ask people what's better now than it was 10 years ago. Just tell me one thing. And they go, nothing.
Out of Los Angeles, if we start looking in the Inland Empire, things have gotten pretty nice out in that area. But LA, it's a shithole.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's funny because, I see some of Chris's old colleagues who used to live in LA who moved out to the IE. Rob Burnett, who's living at Redlands now, or even John.
Well, dude, because it's so much cheaper, man, or it used to be cheaper. I don't know if it still is.
Well, no, it is cheaper compared to LA, but absolutely. But I'm saying people are leaving the area. And they're trying to stick it out. Like literally people moving into, Temecula, Murrieta. But just a few years ago, you could buy yourself a nice house for $350,000. Even now, Temecula, Murrieta, you're at $500,000, $600,000, $700,000.
Easy. Yeah.
Eastvale, you could go buy yourself a house in Eastvale for $250,000, 8 years ago. Now Eastvale's, $600,000, $700,000. Even those areas.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's getting priced out, man. So how can they survive? Like, how can they continue to live there?
Well, that's the whole thing. It's tough, and it's crazy because, I do pretty well. Okay. Financially I do okay, but even if I was making what I made, if I was living in Colorado or if I was living in Florida, and you're doing $120,000, $130,000 a year, you're comfortable.
Yeah, very comfortable.
Here you're not.
Yeah.
Here, especially if you have a wife and kids and you're trying to, survive and you're putting kids through college or helping pay student loans or paying this, paying that, you're screwed.
Well, I mean, actually, Colorado isn't as cheap as I thought it would be, but it's still cheaper than LA, but everything else is. But the problem again with LA is like, because they're setting the example of raising, the rent and raising property prices. Now you got places like Colorado, you got places like Vegas, man. Vegas is charging people to park at a fucking casino. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You're charging me to park at your casino where I'm probably going to lose my money anyway.
Hey, this is interesting. Look at Bianco has almost 500,000 votes. But if you look at the combined Steyer and Becerra, it's not looking good. I'm really excited to see a debate. I watched some of the governor debates. Man, there was some. Porter is an embarrassment.
Oh, she is an embarrassment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now here's the thing, though. 47% reporting. Hilton's still in the lead, right? That's what we're seeing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. 1,085,000 approximately.
Yeah.
Just
went up.
And here's the thing: is those Chad Bianco voters, they will go to Hilton. It's
all go to Hilton. Everyone. Oh my God. Yeah.
I mean, if Hilton and Becerra have a debate, Becerra's like Chauncey Gardner. He's a moron. So it's like he'll probably destroy him. He's like literally failed upward his whole life. He was at 4% till Swalwell dropped out. He's a total like moron.
Oh my God, this is a great Chauncey Gardner from the movie Being There, played by Peter Sellers, one of the all-time great movies. It's a great comedy about politics. How stupid those that is a great movie, Chauncey Gardner.
Yeah, I figure we should throw a few more film, mentions in since
This is a movie channel, by the way, but it's good. This is great. This is very. I wonder if Obama's gonna come in. Are they gonna pull out all the Dem superstars?
Oh my God, dude!
You better
come
believe
here.
they can't lose California, man. They can't lose California. They know California is like ground zero for all of their nonsense. And so they are desperate to hold on to this state any way they can. So yeah, I think all the big time Democrats are coming out to California once we get past this next stage. Yeah.
Well, one other reason they're going to too is because one of our favorite friends, Newsom, wants to run for president. Doesn't say much for him if his predecessor loses to a Republican. Is a Republican.
Yeah. Well, that's why I keep saying they can't let him win. They can't allow Pratt to win.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to cheat.
I mean, it's a reflection on this decades of one party rule. This is what you get.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And
it's like you said, Jim. It's a reflection on Gavin Newsom. It's like your reign was so bad that immediately after you left, they voted in a Republican governor and a Republican mayor. They ain't gonna let that happen.
What does that say about you?
This is going to be a rough race. Let me get some of these soups, and I don't know how much longer you guys can stay. I mean, we got a good result. Looks like it's going to the to the general now.
Actually, Chris, I got to get going because I got an early morning and I'm an hour after you guys or before you guys. So
it's later for you. All right.
A little bit later.
Take care, Dante.
All right, guys.
I'll see you on Versus. Take care, my friend.
Fun hanging out with y'all.
See ya.
All right. Right. Later. Let's read some of these, but I mean, look, would I have liked Pratt to win and just that'd be the end of it? That'd be great. But, just like a movie, we got to take it to the very end. Here we go. Lord Comet for 2. All this voting is full of bass holes anyways. Thank you for that. Philip Butler for 199. Who thought I would be watching you guys for news? Well, I mean, news with quotes. Yeah, we're just looking at memes and having fun. Thank you for that. RPG Dustin for 2. You're becoming Canada. No growth and blaming. That kind of sucks. Be compared to Canada. Francisco Sanchez Jr. for 20. For the quote fair elections all over the land. Here's to California and their snail's pace ballot counting. Yeah, that's gonna get ready for that. Philip Butler again for 199. If an incumbent isn't over 40%, they are screwed. Yeah, I mean, one would hope. And 311 SE for 5. Do we know about the race in Arcadia? Will it be another Chinese spy? Oh my God. It could be. Yeah, that was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Diz Crete for 5. What was the link to that Pratt versus Bass fighting video? It was actually on X. It was on X. I'm sorry, I don't know. It's on I have so many videos, but let's share a video here. But it's on. I've shared it before. Sorry about that. I'll try to find it. I've got another video of the guy from TMZ. You know him. He has not said a lot of great things about Spencer Pratt, but this video, he just gets honest. Let me share it with you guys. I don't know if you've seen this. Let me share screen here. This is Harvey Levin from TMZ talking about what it's like to live in LA now.
I'm not only a born and raised Los Angelino, but I'm second generation. My dad was born and raised in LA. And so this is my life. And I have seen this city just fall apart, over the last, 8, 9 years, but especially the last 4 years. That, the homeless problem is out of control in this city. I've been chased by people, a guy with a hammer, walking out of my gym, chased me with a hammer. I had a mentally ill woman, a homeless woman, take a boulder and trash my car. And I caught her doing it. And I realized there was nothing I can do. What am I going to do? Get her arrested? I mean, what is that going to do? I'm going to sue her? So I literally looked at my car, watched her walk away, and said, I live in Los Angeles. And, the fires have been an absolute outrage in this city. This didn't have to happen. We had 100 fire trucks that were out of service. The water pressure was messed up, and people lost their homes as a result of bad leadership. And then all of a sudden, people are throwing other people under the bus for no reason. This city operated in an appalling way during the fires. And by the way, it's not over. But the insurance companies are screwing people over left and right. I've got a friend, his name is Dan Brunn. He's an amazing architect. He put together a plan with 100 architects to offer their services free of charge to rebuild Altadena and Pacific Palisades. And they had a whole plan. I actually contacted Gavin Newsom. And Newsom, I remember when and I was in touch with Dan. And they were all in, and they brought it down to the city, which they had to do, and it died a slow death in the city of Los Angeles. So this city is not working.
So why are people voting for Bass? Why? I got something else to show you here. This is like the current state of Hollywood. You might have seen this video before. This is a guy. Okay, I'll show you what happened. There's 4 statues of women prominent from early Hollywood that are on Hollywood Boulevard. Watch this. You got to see this.
You guys want to know how stupid LA is? Okay, this right here is the famous 4 Ladies of Hollywood statue, okay? It's got 4 famous iconic actresses from the golden era. A long time ago, like a few months ago, somebody crashed into this thing and destroyed one of the statues that holds up this pavilion, okay? It was Anna May Wong, the Asian actress. And instead of fixing the statue, they just made the pole longer on her head. This is how LA does things. You guys want to know
what does that tell you? This is how messed up we are. Let's go back to the results. See if there's any change. Yeah. It's crept up a little bit. Now it's creeping in. Do you think, because the whole thing is Bass would have to go against Pratt in the general.
Yeah.
I mean, does Bass get all of Ramon's voters? Like, where does Pratt find it here?
Probably.
How does he, what's the pathway to victory? How do you convince people who are Bass voters to cross over to Pratt? Are Ramon voters going to vote for Pratt? I don't know.
No.
I mean, as much as I like it will go to the general, I have serious concerns.
Unless there's a huge common sense turnout because Hilton's in it and Pratt, and I don't know either. It's like still, I thought Caruso was going to win last time.
Same. No, he was. I went to bed that night. I remember that night. I went to bed. Caruso was going to win. I'm like, that's great. I watched the debates. I watched Caruso. Bass was an idiot. He still is. The city is being destroyed. Like, I went to bed. Oh, Caruso's won. That's great. Looks good. Next morning, they found votes. Ballot dump.
Yeah.
You think there's going to be a ballot dump for Ramon?
I doubt it. I doubt it for Ramon. Yeah.
No, they're going to save that dirty trick for November.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will. Hey guys, listen, I'm having technical difficulties. The audio's coming in and out. So
Okay.
I'm going to call it for me. All
All
right,
right.
guys. Appreciate it.
Take care, Rob.
Alrighty, we'll talk again. Chris, we'll touch base tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Stay in touch. Take care, Rob. Appreciate you. That's great. I'm going to get the rest of these soups and we'll call it a night. Good. Go another few more minutes here.
And one thing Rob said earlier, I just want to make comment
Yeah.
where he's talking about stats with the homeless. And I was thinking that, like, anytime I hear stats about the homeless in LA or California, it's like the Fremen in Dune. It's like,
Right.
you can't believe anything you hear.
Yeah.
And how would you even, like, quantify it?
Yeah.
I'm trying to bring it back to another film reference, by the way.
Exactly. Let's see. Let's see the governor's race. Hilton is in the lead.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Get some more of these soups here. Wally 666 for 5. You should seriously consider a political show. I enjoyed the show and listening to you guys talk about LA in the old days was insightful and fun. If Gavin Newsom runs for president, I'll start a show. I'll do like an occasional show. Like, no, seriously, like I do not want him to be president. Lord comment for 2. Now there's some Ting Wong with that statue. All right. That's great. And the LA train for 20. You know what's scary? Every single issue you all have discussed tonight is so similar here in Minnesota. Only thing different are people and city names, community, single party rule.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very sad. It's very sad what's happening. Something wrong. That's good. And Diz Crete, that fighting video. You know what? DM me on X. I'll find it for you. But it's you can find those videos all over. So great. Okay. All right. I think we'll wrap it up because it's looking good.
Yeah, we'll do it again in November.
We'll do it again in November. Let's see where Pratt stands here. Like, you know, I mean, he's gaining, but I don't think he'll get 51.
I mean, it's still just him getting in the top 2 and knocking out Ramen is a humongous story, you know.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like what Ross Perot did to Clinton back in 92. Clinton didn't talk about balancing the budget. He didn't talk about all these things. He had to incorporate all those things. So maybe worst case scenario, it puts a lot of these issues front and center, and become very important issues for everybody, not just people who live in LA and care about the city.
We're going to wrap it up tonight. Thank you, Jim Agnew. Where can people find you?
On Instagram or just jimagnew.com. I have my own website, jimagnew.com.
Derek, you're going to go live? You got late night?
Yeah. Tonight's Tuesday, so it's nightcap night. Everybody can come over to my channel and hang out. We'll be talking about whatever, Hollywood. Probably talk a little bit about the election as well. So Derek Anderson, the DA, you guys know where to find me. We'll be chilling about a half hour from now at 10 p.m. So if you're up late, come chill out.
Keep the coverage going, DA.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
We'll definitely talk about it. We'll keep it on. See if anybody else wants to join in.
Yeah. And we will do tomorrow on Hollywood on the Rocks at 1 p.m. Pacific time. We will do our wrap up, and Alan Ng will be there. He's sorry he couldn't be here tonight, but he will be back tomorrow. I want to thank everyone who sent in a super chat, everyone in the chat. Oh, wait, the last minute one coming in here. K-Dub from the future for $9.99. Howdy from Texas, was searching YouTube for new bass tracker and landed here. How are things in LA? Well, it's okay. We're going to the general, but it looks like Pratt is going to make it. Check on the numbers. He's in second place. That's all he needed to do. So Thank you very much. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Everyone here who commented. Alan and I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks, Jim, Derek. Talk to you guys. I can't wait to talk movies. Masters of the Universe, Scary Movie 6 opening Friday. Seeing it.
I'll be watching Masters of the Universe tomorrow.
Where are you seeing it? I'm seeing it in Burbank.
No, I'm
AMC.
not in Burbank. No, I'll be seeing it in locally around here at the Del Amo, and then but I'll be in Burbank on Thursday for Scary Movie.
No, I couldn't
Scary
get it. It is packed.
It's packed.
barely
Yeah, I
get
got it.
tickets.
I got them as soon as the tickets dropped. I jumped in immediately and got Scary Movie in Burbank.
It's like
Yeah.
you know what? I'll try and see if I can get into a screening.
Sometimes people, they cancel. So yeah, check it out.
And thank you, Bruce Leroy Jenkins, Alan. That's it for us. I will make sure to get this logo fixed. It still says 2024, but Alan and I'll be back for Hollywood on the Rocks. And I guess I have to say it. Let's get out of here. Thank you guys. See you tomorrow. Let's get out of here.